Uteyey, soy Barkoff y vamos a continuar con nuestra aventura en Dragon Age Origins. Morrigan, a pesar de sus reservas, se ha unido a ti a instancias de su madre y ha accedido a ayudarte a salir de la espesura. Te ha sugerido que os dirijáis hacia una aldea situada al norte de la espesura para descansar y aprovisionaros. Eso es lo que hicimos en el capítulo anterior, además de encontrarnos con un bonito perrito que llamamos Miku. Creo que ya está cargando ya todo. Sí. Estamos aquí en Lothering. Bueno, vamos a avanzar un poco por aquí. Con todo el grupo. Creo que alguien me dijo que en esta ciudad podríamos reclutar a alguien. Un granjero. Vamos a hablar con él.
We don't see many dwarves in these parts. You here to trade?
No soy un mercader, soy un guardacres.
Then you'd best clear out. We're loyal to the king here, and word from the north is the wardens betrayed King Kalen. Cairn Loghain has a bounty on any who survived.
Loghain fue quien traicionó al rey, no nosotros.
Cairn Loghain? Betray Merrick's boy? Bah, your story needs a bit of work.
Tengo algunas
Don't
preguntas.
promise I'm gonna answer them.
¿Esos bandidos llevaban mucho tiempo fuera del pueblo?
Were? You mean they're gone?
Los he echado yo.
Goody for you. Now there's no one to drive off the blighted refugees. Sir Brian'll be glad, though. He's been talking about offering a reward for anyone who'd run them out.
Debo irme.
Don't let me stop you.
Muy bien. Vamos a buscar a ese tal Ser. Y que se atreva a tocarnos. Refugiado. Sí, refugiado. No me interesan refugiados.
I have a wonder, Alistair, if you will indulge me.
Do I have a choice?
Of the two of you that remain, are you not the senior Grey Warden here? I find it curious that you allow another to lead while you follow.
You find that curious, do you?
In fact, you defer to a new recruit. Is this the policy of the Grey Wardens, or simply a personal one?
What do you want to hear? That I prefer to follow? I do.
You sound so very defensive.
Couldn't you crawl into a bush somewhere and die? That would be
Oh,
great.
oh, oh, oh. Parece que estos dos no se llevan muy bien, pero... caja rota. ¿Para cerrar algo si cojo lo que hay aquí? Ya que está rota, puedo retomar todo. ¿Verdad? No cerrar como la otra vez, que me tocaron. Un refugiado. No creo que de estos refugiados nadie me vaya a dar nada interesante. Vamos a seguir remirando por aquí. No veo ningún refugiado interesante. Hablaremos. Bueno. No puedes. No puedo irte a casa.
If you're looking for safe shelter, I'll warn you.
Temporario.
Move on if you can. Lothering's lost.
¿Qué querrás decir?
We've had refugees streaming from the south for the last 2 days. The Chantry and Tavern are full to bursting. There simply isn't enough food to go around, and we Templars can barely keep order. You'd be better off elsewhere, my friend.
¿Puedo hacerte algunas
I'm
preguntas?
just out here to keep an eye out for Darkspawn. Please ask someone in town. No offense.
¿Hay alguien al cargo?
Ban has marched north with Cairn Loghain, so Lothering's on its own. Most folks look to Elder Miriam. Otherwise, you could speak to Sir Bryant in the Chantry, I suppose. It's up to you.
La capilla. Pues iremos a la
It's just a
capilla.
guess, but I'm thinking everyone in Lothering is aware of the approaching Darkspawn horde.
Back off. I have the right to charge what I wish.
You profit from their misfortune. I should have the Templars give away everything in your carts.
You wouldn't dare. Any of you step too close to my goods and I'll...
¿Qué ocurre
It's
aquí?
so nice to see everyone working together in a crisis. Warms the heart.
Oh, you there. You look able. Would you care to make a tiny profit helping a beleaguered businessman?
¿Por qué iba a querer ayudarte?
Didn't I mention profit?
He is charging outlandish prices for things people desperately need. Their blood is filling his pockets.
'Tis only survival of the fittest. All of these cretins would do the same in his shoes, given the chance.
I have limited supplies. The people decide what those supplies are worth to them.
You bought most of your wares from these very people last week. Now they flee for their lives, and you want to talk business?
Look, stranger, I've 100 silvers if you drive this rabble off, starting with that priest. I'm an honest merchant, nothing more.
¿No crees que te estás aprovechando?
Would it help these folks if they could buy no goods at all?
They spend their very last coin because they are desperate, and this man preys upon them as surely as the bandits outside the city.
Ah, I'm not arguing anymore. Drive off this woman and get your 100 silvers. Otherwise, I'm taking my wagon and leaving.
Baja tus precios o te quedarás sin mercancías.
Maker's breath. Sometimes it's truly not worth operating this far south.
Just charge what you would have before this tragedy.
Fine, yes, just stop complaining. You're giving me a headache.
So, we have come to solve every squabble in the village personally. My, but the Darkspawn will be impressed.
Thank you for your generous assistance. May the Maker watch over your path.
Oh. Morrigan no está de acuerdo, menos Torres. Bueno, Morrigan, yo solo querría repartir un poco de... ¿Qué pasará si cojo esto? Ya sé lo que pasará. Se enfadará el mercader. Además, está cerrado. Vamos a hablar con el cantor.
Eileen spoke unto the masses, my hearth is yours, my bread is yours, my life is yours. For all who walk in the sight of the Maker are one.
¿Hola?
Let all repeat the chant of light. Only the word dispels the darkness upon us.
He can't answer you. He's chanted Devons.
¿Qué es un cantor?
One of them that can only say the chant of light. His board has letters of good deeds to be doing. My father fixed Widow Allison's roof once, and the charter paid him, he did.
A learned child is a blessing upon his parents and onto the Maker.
Adiós. ¿Quién está diciendo esas burradas?
Legions of evil are on your doorstep. They will feast upon our hearts. There is nowhere to run. This evil will cover the world like a plague of locusts.
Please, you're scaring the children.
Better to slit their throats now than let them suffer at Darkspawn hands. There! One of their minions is already amongst us! This man bears their evil stench! Can you not see the vile blackness that fills him?
Ten cuidado con esas acusaciones, estúpido.
Please stop! Somebody shut his mouth!
But isn't he right? The ban left us. We're going to die.
This minion is but the first of those who will destroy us!
Es suficiente. Detén esto ahora mismo.
No! Do not touch me! You bring evil and destruction! It is the end!
He was right, wasn't he? There's no hope for us.
Siempre hay esperanza. Debéis tener valor.
You're right. We can't give up.
But we can't fight. What are we supposed to do?
We can't lie down and die either. We must go north to Denerim.
Darkspawn will feast on your living hearts.
Hablaremos un poco con Morrigan, ya que antes se ha enfadado un poco.
What do you wish of me?
Me gustaría preguntarte
If
algo.
you must.
¿Nunca te ha perseguido a la capilla?
You are very cute to ask so many questions.
No tienes que responder si no quieres.
Of course I don't. 'Tis no matter. My mother has been haunted from time to time, yes. by Templar fools like Alistair, which should tell you how successful they generally were. Flemeth made a bit of a game of it, in fact. The Templars would come again, and she would look at me and smile and say that the fun was to begin once more.
Lo siento por los temporarios.
They came with as much swagger and arrogance as they did self-righteousness. Pity them if you wish, for they held none for us. Flemeth would warn them once. 'Twas a warning they inevitably failed to heed. And then the true game began. Often Flemeth would use me as bait. A little girl to scream and run and lure the Templars deeper into the wilds and to their doom.
¿De verdad que los matabas a todos?
Me? No, I never did any of the killing, until later. And even then, Flemeth was a glutton for that sort of thing. Thankfully, the wilds is a vast place. Once they found us, Flemeth would simply move us elsewhere, and we would be lost within the forest once again. I did not understand the danger we faced until I was much older. I had never heard of apostates or maleficarum.
¿No te arrepientes de nada de haber hecho a todos esos hombres?
Would they have regretted hurting me? I was a young child. Yet do you think they would not have gleefully held my head aloft as a trophy? There are no trials for apostates, no prisons, no mercy. There are only absolutes, so only survival matters. If the wilds have taught me anything, 'tis this. First, you must survive. Do you disagree?
En absoluto, hay cosas peores que la muerte.
Oh? I would ask what exactly, but I'm certain that would be a lengthy conversation, and suddenly I grow very weary. Enough of this talk. Let us return to the task at hand.
Morrigan no está de acuerdo, menos Teresa. Creo que ha sido peor hablar con ella que haber mantenido la boca cerrada. Así que nos callaremos.
There's simply no room left.
¿Está cerrada?
We turn none aside, but we simply don't have room for anyone to sleep. I know it's not something many dwarves do, but if you wish to offer devotion to the Maker, you may enter.
¿Quién está al cargo de esta capilla?
The revered mother runs the chantry itself, and Sir Bryant heads the Templars stationed here.
¿Estáis al tanto de los bandidos que había en el camino?
Were? Did you drive them off? Well, Sir Bryant will appreciate that.
Adiós.
Make her watch over you.
Vamos a buscar a este tercer barraya. Si es que lo encontramos. Refugiados. Refugiados. Este es el mercader, ¿no?
Are you here to make my head ache, or do you actually want to buy something?
Vamos a ver lo que tienes.
It isn't much, but take a look if you want.
No sé si tendrás algo interesante. Vamos a mirar por ahí. Bueno, nada. Creo que aquí hay algo. Bandidos por todas partes. Tablones empleos. Ya está. Es para recetar misiones secundarias, creo. Bueno, entraremos aquí en la capilla, porque creo que no sé si puedo hacer algo más.
There's word of darkspawn stragglers, but no sign of the main horde. We are the only hope of protection this village has now, and I will not abandon them. Yes?
Ah, Sir
Who might you
Brian. Podéis llamarme Barkoff.
I am Sir Bryant, commander of Lothering's remaining Templars. You don't seem like the other refugees. Are you one of Arl Eamon's knights?
¿Por qué aquí vienen muchos caballeros?
Some have in recent days. Arl Eamon has fallen ill, and his knights are on a quest for the sacred urn filled with Andraste's ashes, said to cure any malady. He must be very ill if they chase miracles as the only cure. One of the Arl's knights, Sir Donal, is here searching for fantasies. Well, never mind. Ask him if you care about this foolishness.
Con respecto a los bandidos que están fuera del pueblo.
Maker's breath, how many times must we drive them off?
Esta vez no hará falta. Ya lo hice yo.
Indeed? They're gone?
It's true. I saw the bastard running for the hills myself.
That's an impressive feat indeed. Will you accept a small reward for your efforts?
Desde luego, gracias.
If it interests you, there is a Chanter's board outside full of quests that need doing. The Chanters even offer pay for some of them. Now, unless there's something else you need.
Bueno, nos la jugaremos. Confío en que podáis ayudarme. Soy un guardia gris.
I see. That is certainly worthy of notice. Tern Loghain declared all Grey Wardens traitors responsible for the king's death. You know this, I hope.
Los guardas grises no hicieron tal cosa.
I don't believe the Grey Wardens would be as careless or malicious as the Tern claims. But either way, there it is. It is best you not linger, though. Just in case.
¿Podéis ayudarme de alguna otra forma?
I cannot openly help you, I fear, but... Here, take this key. It opens the large cabinet on the far wall. There is more there than we can carry when we evacuate, so take what you need.
Necesito información.
If the matter is important, certainly.
¿Habéis oído alguna noticia reciente?
Other than the Darkspawn horde bearing down on us, none of it is good. Tern Loghain is set to declare himself king, I hear. Disaster piled on disaster.
¿El rey Kylan no tenía herederos?
None that we know of. Tern Loghain has no legitimate claim on the throne. He may be a hero, and his daughter may be queen, but he is a commoner, and the king's corpse is barely cold. If Arl Eamon was able to intervene, perhaps it would not have gone this far. I do not care who takes the throne. Only fools fight over who owns a cottage while it burns down around them.
No tengo más preguntas.
Unless there's something else you need.
Debo irme.
Travel safely, and may the Maker watch over you.
Objetos recibidos. Vamos a mirar. ¿Dónde erra?
Who? I beg your pardon. I did not see you approach.
Sir Donal? Is that you?
Alistair? By the Maker, how are you? I was certain you were dead.
Not yet. No thanks to Tern Loghain.
If Arl Eamon were well, he'd set Loghain straight soon enough.
So you're here looking for the urn of sacred ashes, then?
I am indeed. Andraste's ashes are said to cure any illness. But I fear we are chasing a fable. With each day, my hope dims.
Tu amigo, Sir Henry, está muerto. Tengo algo que le pertenece.
What? And you have his locket? And a note? Maker's mercy. Thank you for giving me these. I would never have known otherwise.
He expulsado a los bandidos que lo mataron.
Thank you. I wonder how many of us have met similar fates on this mad quest.
La verdad es que esperaba ver al Aiboh.
Why is that, if I may ask?
Necesitamos ayuda contra el Lothering.
I see. The Arl is a popular man, it's true. Tairn Loghain, however, is a hero throughout Ferelden. Whatever the Tairn has done or not done, the Arl remains ill, or worse. That is my primary concern.
¿Tiene algún sentido viajar a Risco Rojo?
He may be dead already. Or perhaps his luck has changed in the weeks I have been gone.
We should see what's happening in Redcliffe ourselves. I believe that now more than ever.
If nothing else, I am certain you would be welcomed at Castle Redcliffe. The Arlessa is there, and she could tell you more than I could.
Debo irme.
With Henrik gone, I need to return to Redcliffe. Perhaps later I will seek out the scholar his note mentions. But I must go. Thank you again, good sir. You have been most helpful.
De acuerdo. ¿Dónde estaba? ¿Por aquí, quizás? Reverenda Madre.
Making a donation to the Chantry, my friend. You look like you have salvaged more of value than most who make it here.
No tengo nada que ofrecer.
I understand. Not all are wealthy enough to spare even a few coins for the Maker's favor. What can I do for you then?
Soy un guarda gris. Necesito tu ayuda.
A Grey Warden? Here? Oh dear. You put me in a difficult position. You must know that Tairn Loghain declared the Grey Wardens to be outlaws.
Eso he oído, pero fue Lothering quien traicionó al rey.
Tairn Loghain? That is as hard for me to believe as his condemnation of the Wardens. There is a price on your head. Lay low, and I promise to keep your presence a secret. That is the best I can do. Now, if there is nothing else...
Quizás debería irme.
Make a guard you, Grey Warden.
Pero ¿dónde están las cosas que podría coger? ¿Están por aquí? No. O directamente me las dio, es que no estoy seguro. Por aquí detrás, creo que hay algo. Un cofre cerrado. Que no podré abrir con nadie. Y con el perro no voy a intentarlo, por supuesto. Vamos a continuar por aquí. Por aquí no veo a nadie más. Brian, Templario. Nadie que me merezca la atención. Refugiados. Nada. Vámonos de aquí, pues. ¿Qué haremos entonces? ¿Marcharnos? Perdón. Torre. Vamos a cruzar este puente. Oh.
So I take it you did not enjoy your Templar training?
That's directed at me, I take it.
Do you see any others about who have failed at their religious instruction?
I didn't fail, I was recruited into the Grey Wardens.
And if you had not been recruited, what would have happened?
Anciana Miriam.
Go to bed for the night. You taken care of.
¿Crees que soy un refugiado?
You look better armed than most refugees that come through. Not implying you're a deserter or the like. I'll trust you can take care of yourself.
¿Qué está sucediendo aquí?
Ever since good King Cailan passed, refugees and soldiers have been passing through. I'm the elder here, and I've my hands full making sure refugees don't turn to petty theft, or worse. Sir Bryant at the Chantry is seeing to matters of defense and such. He'd have more of an ear for your type.
Así que ya directamente no quieres hablar conmigo. Vamos a hablar con Alison.
Hello, stranger. I don't suppose you know anyone that can make traps?
¿Para qué necesitas las trampas?
Old man Barlin said that Darkspawn may be coming soon. He's got traps on his farm. I figured I'd put a few on my lands. Barlin wants to poison his traps. I just want normal traps.
Lo siento, no entiendo de trampas.
I didn't mean to bother you. Sorry.
Parecía importante, pero al final...
Too much to do, and not enough time.
¿Necesitas ayuda?
I don't suppose you know anything of tonics, medicines, or herbs.
Me temo que no.
Pity. I've a dozen things to do and only 2 hands to do them. Good luck to you, stranger.
De acuerdo, sí, ya está. Vamos a ir por aquí.
You accuse me of thievery. I saw you take the supplies from my cart. Your grassland eyes are inept. A chastened would never stoop to petty theft. You marsh folk are all thieves and liars.
Enough! People here are already desperate and frightened. They don't need you two coming to blows.
But what about my food?
Creo que aquí hay pelea. Oh. Bárbaros, bueno, a ver si dicen algo. No, no dicen nada. Oh, ¿qué ocurre aquí?
You aren't one of my captors. I have nothing to say that would amuse a dwarf. Leave me in peace.
¿Eres un prisionero? ¿Quién te ha puesto ahí?
I'm in a cage, am I not? I've been placed here by the Chantry. I am Sten of the Beresad, the vanguard of the Kunari peoples.
Soy Barkoff. Es un placer conocerte.
You mock me. Or you show manners I have not come to expect in your lands. Though it matters little now. I will die soon enough.
This is a proud and powerful creature, trapped as prey for the Darkspawn. If you cannot see a use for him, I suggest releasing him for mercy's sake alone.
Mercy? I wouldn't have expected that from you.
I would also suggest that Alistair take his place in the cage.
Yes, that's what I would have expected.
I suggest you leave me to my fate.
¿Por qué has acabado aquí?
I have been convicted of murder. Have the villagers not spoken of this?
¿Eres culpable?
Are you asking if I feel guilt or if I'm responsible for the deed? However I feel, whatever I've done, my life is forfeit now.
¿No te interesa buscar la expiación?
Death will be my atonement.
Hay otras formas de redimirte.
Perhaps. What does your wisdom say is equal to my crime?
¿Podrías ayudarme a defender la tierra contra la ruina?
The Blight? Are you a Grey Warden, then?
Sí, lo soy.
Surprising. My people have heard legends of the Grey Warden's strength and skill. Though I suppose not every legend is true.
¿Crees que la reverenda madre te dejaría libre?
Perhaps if you told her the Grey Wardens need my assistance. It seems as likely to bring my death as waiting here.
Te dejaré por ahora.
Farewell, then.
A penitent man left to be torn to pieces by Darkspawn. 'Tis a fine example of the Chantry's mercy, is it not?
Bueno, pues vamos a mirar si podemos salvar a este prisionero y así tener a un miembro más en nuestro equipo. Vamos a hablar con la anciana.
Too much to do and not enough time.
¿Necesitas ayuda?
Suppose you know anything of tonics, medicines,
Creo que no me va a decir nada nuevo. Yo no, pero mi colega sí.
And you may be able to do us a lot of good. All manner of travelers come through, many injured or sick. We do our best, but we're out of supplies. There's medicinal herbs in the woods to the north. If you make a few poultices, I'll scrape together some sort of payment. I'll write all you need to know in this note here.
Vale, de acuerdo. Objetos recibidos. ¿Qué ronda noche? Noche de mierda. La raíz significa puede servir para reparar si crees nuestra populación. Ah, pues tengo ya raíz, certificado.
Have any luck finding herbs in the woods? Lots of sick folk come through here. Those herbs may save some lives.
Pues parece que tendremos que ir.
Important matters to deal.
Tendremos que ir hacia el bosque del norte. Porque este año nos dicen... Puedo ponerle fin si es lo que quieres.
My thanks, dwarf.
Te dejaré en paz. Es que no sé si eso querría decir otra cosa de la que luego me puedo arrepentir.
As you said.
Barre. Aquí hay varios bandidos. Morrigan. ¿Puedes lanzar un rayito? Para aquí, mantener la posición. Vamos. Barkoff. ¡Oh! ¡Alistair! Un perrito, por favor. Y de acuerdo, seguiremos. ¡No! ¡Corre! ¡Corre, Morrigan! Un perrito. Nos replegaremos. Vamos, perrito. Oh. Creo que estamos un poco mal. Creo que lo vamos a dejar por aquí y ya para el siguiente ya plantearé una estrategia mejor. De acuerdo, pues lo vamos a dejar por aquí ya para el siguiente nos enfrentaremos a esos bandidos. Espero que os haya gustado este capítulo de Dragon Age Origins. Ya sabéis, link para MORRE Barkoff. Y nos vemos en el próximo vídeo de Dragon Age Origins con Barkoff.